Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Niz. Today I'm here to talk about Qi'tara. Qi'tara? Thigh-bug. Frisbee. Okay, I'm done. I know this might seem a bit out of nowhere considering I don't usually talk about new characters, but I was really worried about Qi'tara before she released in the beta because there was nothing revealed about her. She was never shown in the gameplay footage and she was offhandedly mentioned. They didn't even describe her in any way in the trailer. Pretty sure we never even saw her sprite in the trailer. And if you actually look at the footage, they've been on Agulon, Serona, and AI Station, and that means they've played at least 3 games to show off these characters, but they never show off Qi'tara at all. Not to mention she was the last to be released, and I'm pretty sure she took the longest to be released in the beta too. So yeah, my assumption here is that she was still very much a work in progress while this trailer was released. Considering that Smiles was buggy on release and Commander Rocket had a few too many digits and numbers, I thought it'd be fun for me to test out Qi'tara after we've had to wait so long. So let's take a look. So in her backstory, she betrays her kingdom and joins the military of their rivals. Nobody actually knows the reason she did this, but apparently all the theories come down to that she doesn't actually give a crap about the Skarky and she's just in it for just the Shlums? Shlums. And then she becomes the royal guard and seduces the emperor? But she was already a princess in her kingdom. Not only that, but they're raging this war because they're in an argument of if splums are a fruit or a vegetable. That's not even the part I'm bothered about because that sounds exactly like something that'd be in awesomenauts. My beef is, since they're arguing about splums and this is the whole point of the war, they probably had access to them at least before then. And if anybody could continue to gain access to it, it would be royalty. She probably could have had teams go in and collect this stuff and... God, I'm overthinking this. And I continue to lose faith in the Rocket Renegades considering that they hired Dizzy and somebody whose loyalty is based on the mess hall. She betrayed her bloodline and her people for better access to snacks. And they expect her to be loyal even if the enemy promises to show her a good burger place. Yeah, sure. Whoa, I'm not sure if I can get back on the tracks after falling this far off. So according to her backstory, Qi'tara is an assassin and a seductress.
I'll be done in a bit!
Oh yeah, I can believe that. That checks out. Especially since she pays $160 for boots everybody pays $135 for.
Do I really need to play with a face like this?
It also appears that she kills her opponents with poison and aggressive frisbee throwing. Well, I guess now we can go over what—
So excited I'm shedding my skin!
Look, I know she was trying to squeal because she's excited, but she sounded like she was just screeching out of nowhere like an antisocial psychopath. I suddenly find this character very relatable. Okay, yeah, enough of that. Her voice before that, mediocre. Now, 10 out of 10. Where was I? Right, aggressive frisbee throwing. Her slashes are pretty pathetic, but her damage over time is twice that on base. For an assassin, her damage is pretty continuous. She lacks damage outside of her frisbee mark, but as long as that mark is on the person, you can blink them to just about anywhere. Turrets mean nothing to her, so people who marked with it just have to deal with the fact that they could get jumped on at any point. Looking at her build, her stuff is pretty tame actually. She just has a bunch of gimmicks and some that obviously go hand in hand. Increased damage towards blinded enemies. Well, that seems oddly specific and incredibly niche. I wonder if she has an upgrade that blinds— Yep, she does. She's also the only non in the game that has an upgrade that increases her teleport speed. It makes sense considering that she has no other means of leaving when she kills her target from blinking through the turret. But why is it the overdrive gear? It's called a walkie-talkie, but it's not all walkie-talkie. It's probably just a bug, I mean a glitch. What I really don't understand is that she doesn't have a whole lot of direct upgrades for improving things. She has a lot of gimmicks, a lot of cool gimmicks mind you, and they'd probably be cool on other knots, but all of her damage is just situational. She can go a harass build with ranged attacks. She can go a solar build for fury damage. She can talk one of her friends into going blind swiggins while she gets blind damage, which I know one of you sickos are gonna do. And I really don't understand it because all of these builds, all these gimmicks just are for the same result, to build damage. The only other things that she has are a couple clear upgrades and some mobility upgrades, and that's it. Not even the means of dishing out the damage are that different. I took a look at her upgrade road and she doesn't have an upgrade that just up and increases her slash's damage. The closest thing I could find was more damage to her poison, which even though damage over time is kind of unreliable, it's funny enough the most reliable upgrade in a row, because poison does more damage than slash on base and this upgrade doesn't require for you to do anything. Ramo seems really eager to show off these gimmicks, but I think it needs to slow down, take a deep breath, and go back to more basic upgrades.
I'm not saying remove all the gimmicks, but I just think that you shouldn't load one character with so many. I think the worst part is that all the end results of the builds are just damage, which wouldn't be such an issue if all the damages didn't just lead to more slash damage, so it doesn't even feel like you're executing damage differently.
I think that does it all matter for this character. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a good day.
Okay, bye.